Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. So today I have a rant to get off my chest, and this is going to be an awkward rant because in this channel, typically I tend to go over virtually anything besides the audience. But today, the rant is going to be on the actual audience. On this channel, I have videos going over a number of very random different things. Because YouTube hates both its content creators and its viewers, they took away your feature and functionality that allowed you to view videos by date on a channel so you could sort from oldest to newest. But if I go into my creator dashboard here and go through, you can see my videos have been very assorted over the years. A- versus A grade LCDs, Groupon, how to find a career, restocking fees, branding, drop shipping, buying from China, resellerratings.com is an extortion scam, how to deal with when you broke something that belongs to a customer, what I think of hipsters and yuppies, cell phone road rage, all sorts of just weird, random stuff over the years. And this content that I made has kind of evolved as time went on to pretty much me just giving a rant on something that I think is noteworthy, newsworthy, a story that I heard that aggravated me, a personal experience I had that aggravated me, a news article that aggravated me, discussing it. Not just discussing it, but trying to fix it. I was aggravated a decade ago when I saw customs and ICE being used in a manner that I thought was abusive to independent repair. So I decided to go to my legislature and talk about it. When I went to my legislator to talk about it, there was obvious corruption there. You had lobbyists telling the legislator that when I work on a MacBook, I am converting that MacBook into a PC, but I'm misrepresenting it to my customer as if it is a MacBook when in fact it is a PC, which is bullshit. And this aggravated me. So I decided to go to my legislature again and again and again. Well, you could probably tell from the title here how that went. That was about a 10-year-long story arc for that particular thing. I've talked about Groupon and what it can do for your repair business and just had that as a discussion point for several years. Just talking about ICE. I was talking about customs making repair difficult here in December of 2013 and here in January 2023, 9 years later, continuing on the topic as Samsung attempts to use customs to not allow any AMOLED screen into the country. When it comes to a lot of the right to repair for farm stuff, I testified at a hearing in Nebraska in 2017. Again, in 2020 over here, I was talking about how Nebraska politicians and elites were screwing farmers and getting away with it. 2022, going over Farm Bureau corruption, and then still going over some more Farm Bureau corruption over here in 2023. There are many topics on this channel that kind of have these story arcs that can go for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, and in some cases, 10 years. Customs thing, this case, this is probably not going away anytime soon, so I'm fairly certain I'm going to be discussing this particular topic over here probably for the next several years at least, which means that this story arc that started here is probably going to be going on for over a decade. Why do I mention this? Because every now and then I'll see Lewis has been posting videos on the same topic for 2 weeks. I wish this channel would go back to the way it used to be. What does that mean, though? I'm genuinely confused. I can understand how somebody who doesn't know the history of the channel could go, well, I don't know what this content is. But anybody who's actually been watching from the beginning, this is my creative outlet. I discuss what is relevant to me at the time, and I don't just, again, discuss the issue. I will discuss the issue. I will try to fix the issue as much as I can. Sometimes I'm qualified, sometimes I'm not. If we're talking about commercial real estate in New York City and how much of it is a scam, I will actually show up to all these places with my laser measurer. I will mention the names of the owners of the buildings and the brokers and the realtors in the hopes that at some point, these people will show some shame for advertising 800 square feet as 1,800. If we're talking about the legislature and all of these people being corrupt, I will show up as often as I can. I will bring my camera so that we can record everything that they're saying, so that if they say something that is not true, we can attach the name of the lobbyist that's saying something that's not true to their lobbying firm, to the company who's paying them, so that at some point there is some accountability and responsibility for the people who are doing fucked up shit. If we're talking about New York state government, if we're talking about people that put a lien on my company for 7 years that didn't alert me to it because they sent the information to a P.O. box in Maine, yes, I'm going to talk about it the same way that on this channel, I have discussed every one of these other issues through the years. If we are talking about the board repair videos, we're going to get into that. You're not going to like what I have to say there. Where did that begin from? Apple saying that you're not supposed to do this, and that if somebody says that they can do that, they must be ripping you off. I can't tell you how many customers I'd have come to my store saying that Apple said, if somebody says they can fix your motherboard, that's how you know they're scamming you. Oh, really? Okay, cool, bet. Let's do this. Let's make 600 board repair videos edited, 400 board repair videos that are live where anybody can see what's going on in real time and I can't edit anything, so that people can see that you're full of shit. We're not just going to bring awareness of the problem. We're not just going to complain about the problem. We are going to educate technicians around the globe in how to do this. We are going to come up with an educational framework that makes it easy for people to do what Apple said was impossible. This is not your run-of-the-mill commentary channel where we just create rage out of things that we hear. This is a channel where we actually try to be a part of the change we would like to see in the world, whether it is raising funds to lobby in states around the country, whether it is actually flying out to legislative hearings to record them and figure out what's going on there and figure out which lobbyist is saying what, whether we're talking about actually exposing the lobbyists themselves when they say things that are complete opposite of what they're actually telling farmers just because they think the phone call isn't being recorded. We try to create actual change here. I do this about any topic that I am interested in, not just the topics that you are interested in. And if you're not okay with that, if you're not okay with the fact that the topic that I am interested in that particular week may not be the topic that I was interested last week, last month, last year, or the topic that you're interested in, then you're going to have to unsubscribe, because I have no intention whatsoever of taking my channel and making it only about the topics that you like. Because the name of my channel is Louis Rossman, not what pleases the audience. Not only are we going to shed light on the problem, we are going to be a part of the solution for the problem. That has been the theme of this channel for 10 years. For 10 years, that has been the theme: exposing corruption and things that aggravate me and trying to fix it. Sometimes I win, sometimes I fail, but I try. That's what we do. But above all, the biggest difference is we encourage you to be a part of that change. And that segues, S-E-G-U-E-S, S-E-G-W-A-Y-S, S-E-G, that segues into a point that's going to start to piss you guys off. And that's fine. When it comes to the comments that I get that are the most aggravating, and, oh, we're going to do something here that we're not supposed to do, we are going to crap on the audience. That's right. If this is going to trigger you, hit X in the video, because you're probably going to be triggered. We are going to hold the audience accountable. Every now and then, I will get these comments saying, yeah, why doesn't he make board repair videos anymore? He really should make board repair videos. This channel sucks. Not, thank you for 600 edited board repair videos and 400 live streams that were educational. No, not appreciation. Screw you for not making the 1,001st board repair video. How about this? If you want educational content to continue, if 2013 through 2022 wasn't enough for you, how about you try giving something back? How about instead of being a freeloader and just constantly taking me, let me take as much information as possible, how about you give something back? And when I say give something back, I'm not saying give me money. I'm not saying donate finances. I'm saying paying it forward so that somebody else can learn the same way that you did. Tim Herman is somebody who said when he was 16 years old, he sent me a letter saying, thank you for getting me started in board repair. I learned some stuff about board repair from you. He started a successful business when he was 16 doing this. That was 7 years ago. At the age of 23, he is now writing full-length guides on how to do what he does so that other people can learn. The guide that he just wrote recently is for a MacBook that very rarely, if ever, gets featured on my channel. So he took the information that he learned here, he ran with it, he learned how to do this for himself, and now he is giving back to the community by creating very, very, very detailed guides that I will link to below that will allow anybody to learn how to fix newer models that I have not gone over. Jesse Cruz is an amazingly talented board repair technician that primarily focuses on phones. He has 17,000 subscribers and a very successful business. He said that he started working on boards after watching the stuff on my channel and realizing that it was possible. And he fixes stuff that I don't know how to fix, that I'm not really an expert in. What did he do when the 1,000th board repair video came out and it wasn't 1,001st? Instead of bitch, he decided, let's make it as easy as possible for people to work on this stuff. He started making his own board repair videos on his own board repair channel. And in addition, he also created dozens of guides for this repair wiki that I have here, where, look, this is like 18 pages in length. It includes extreme detail. You have literally the pictures zoomed in of where you run the jumper wires if you're having specific issues with the phone, including a very detailed diagnostic and troubleshooting guide. And he has written this guide not just for the iPhone 7, he has written that guide for the iPhone 6, SE, 7, 8, 10, 10R, 10S Max, 11, 11 Pro Max, and so on and so forth. You have guides for almost every single model of phone here that are very, very detailed. He was not a man that said, the board repair video stopped, so I am going to complain about it, and email Lewis about it, and ping him about it, and bother him about it. I am entitled to the 1,001st video for free. No, he decided, I learned something. It's really cool that I learned something. I'm going to give back. How about you do that? How about you give back? How about instead of constantly complain about how you are not getting more than 1,000 things for free, you give something back? Not to me, to the greater community. Pay it forward. Help somebody else learn how to fix something. That's what I tried to do with this content. And you know what? I don't feel guilty in saying that after 7 to 9 years of making the same video in the same format, maybe I got bored of it. Maybe I don't want to make the 1,001st board repair video. And dare I say it, you don't want it either. Oh yeah, we're going there. Every time I see a comment saying, fuck you, you don't make board repair videos, I will take that person's name, I will put it into my comments, I will hit search, and you know what I get? 30 or 50 comments on rant videos, often in approval, but none on the board repairs. Because you don't watch the board repairs. That's the secret. That's the part that you're not supposed to say out loud. You don't watch the board repair videos. You never did. Do you know why people say that? Because saying I go to this channel to learn how to fix electronics, that's socially acceptable. Saying that I come to this channel to watch an unhinged man that just got diagnosed with Asperger's by a quiz scream from a chair into his camera is probably less socially acceptable. It's probably a little bit weird. It's probably not what you want to explain to your friends. But that's what you're here for, and I know it. I know it because since 2013, every time I post a repair video, unless it is something like the CBC News Secret Shopper, 99% of those videos lose subscribers. Dating back to 2013, I post a repair video, minus 50, minus 100, minus 200 subscribers. Every single time. This is not something that is new. Now, if I enjoyed doing them, but you didn't enjoy them, I'd make them. If you enjoyed the repair videos, but I didn't enjoy making them, I'd make them. But if you don't want to watch them, and I did them for over 7 years, so I'm kind of bored and sick and tired of them, then I'm not going to continue doing them just so that you could lie to yourself and tell others that you're here for board repair when you were never here for board repair. You're going to have to admit to your fetish. You like watching man rage in the camera. You subscribe for man raging in the camera. And admittedly, that's where this channel started. Man raging in the camera. Reseller ratings. Tried to rip me off. Wanted over $100 a month for service that used to be $20. Absolute, complete, utter pieces of trash. That's what this channel was about. Man yells at camera. By the way, this over here, all these fake subtitles, they had hired a reputation management company at some point to try and fuck up my video, and I eventually went over it in a follow-up video that I did. But they actually did try to get a reputation management company to mess with that video. They kept posting stuff like spam and misleading, spam and misleading, spam and misleading. And it was really funny because when I look for the video with this title where I explain it. Because when I looked at my analytics, it was some like South Asian country. Like one day, all this spam comments saying spam and misleading shut up. And the video got tons of views from like people in this one Southeast Asian country that nobody had ever watched my videos from before. It's funny how that works, but yeah, you get the point. A very small number of the things that I talk about are going to be the things that are actually discussed in a widespread way in the world. And right to repair was one of these things. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop discussion of things that matter to me. And frankly, if you don't like the discussion of those things, skip that video. If you don't like that this channel is a variety show, unsubscribe. Don't watch. The things that you like, the things that made you subscribe, the items where you thought I had a point that stand out, stemmed from this exact same format. And I'm never going to back away from this format. People have said that this will kill your channel. You should have multiple channels for this, that, and the other. This is not how you're supposed to do YouTube. I don't care how you're supposed to do YouTube. I care about doing what I want to do with my own page. And I will stick to this format until I no longer have a channel. I like doing things in the way that I do them. And I don't care if it means I lose subscribers. There's something called the Pareto principle. There's this idea that like the square root of the people involved in doing something are going to produce half the productive output. And it's one of those things that supposedly follows across industries. You know, like a square root of all of the singers in existence, the square root of them are going to be half of what you hear on the radio, and so on and so forth. And when it comes to this content, the square root of all the videos that I create will be responsible for probably half of the productive change that occurs in the world. Many of these videos that I do, 99% of them, dare I say, will probably get nowhere. My rant on cell phone radiation, like, you know, again, me talking about Groupon, probably not going to change the world. Me talking about fake do-it-yourself, that's probably not really going to go very far. All right, you know, again, Android phone repair sucks. Cell phone radiation, San Francisco is fighting the wrong battle. 99% of what I go over is probably not going to have any effect on the world, nor will anybody care. The 1% that does, though, might just be something that's responsible for someday getting a right to repair bill passed in a state, making the government a little less corrupt, making commercial realtors advertise the spaces with the actual honest square footage. And maybe it'll be teaching people how to fix things. And dare I say it, getting people excited to create their own channels with their own guides on how to fix things, rather than complaining that it's ended here. A very small number of the videos that I produce will be videos where my rant, the thing that aggravated me, that I decided to pursue and focus on, will actually produce change. But the format that led to the things that people like was me sitting in my chair, man sitting in chair, yelling at camera. Many of the videos that led to there being genuine change in the world, a right to repair bill in the state of Colorado, farmers actually looking at the Farm Bureau and going, damn, why do you advocate against my interests? Maybe a bill passing in Colorado next week. A lot of these things start with man yelling in chair. So when you ask, why has the channel changed its format? I will answer you with the truth. It never has. It never has. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.